Thank you, Skanda. Honorable judges on the dais, honorable judges in the audience, senior members of the bar, my brothers and sisters from the bar, family and friends. Good evening to you all. First of all, thank you all for coming. And I must honestly say that my first instinct when the publisher gave me the itinerary for the evening today was, please remove my address. I tried every possible way to get out of this address because we have so many legal luminaries here to speak and a panel discussion to follow. I said, what is the point of me speaking? My book speaks for itself for those who are interested. But apparently I have no choice. I must introduce my book. That is the protocol. But I do so happily because I realized it's nice to share the journey that I had in writing this book. I actually started, or at least dreamt of writing this book in 4th year of my law school. That's when I started studying patent law as my IPR honors. But we are in law school, we have dreams. In my 2nd year, I wanted to write a book on constitutional law because I was studying constitution. I did Jessup twice and Stetson twice, and I wanted to write a book on public international law because I was so enthralled by it. I joined practice with Mr. Lakshmi Kumaran. And the first year we spent a lot of time trying to write a book on customs valuation. That's a topic that's not easily appreciated in courts also. Even today we have a lot of difficulties in valuing goods based on classification. So we were actually trying to write a book on customs valuation. Then my life took me towards a lot of international disputes, and I decided I should write a book on international trade law also. So it's one of those things, and suddenly one day I woke up and I felt maybe I have a disease or a syndrome of some kind. Any subject that I want to study, I want to write. But the more I reflected on it, I realized that this instinct to write was just my mind telling me that the more I write, the more clarity I receive, the better I understand the subject. Even if I write something wrong, because there's always somebody to tell you that what you've written is wrong, so you can correct it in the next edition. Then COVID hit. I've been writing articles a while, I've been collecting my notes. From my earliest MacBook, I still remember that I bought in my 3rd year law school. I still have my notes collected and saved on my server. I had a lot of research accumulated on all of these subjects. Then over time it so happened that it's difficult for me to explain why I picked patents and not another subject that I practice. And a lot of people here at the bar sometimes see me only as a patent lawyer or an IP lawyer. And many people ask, what prompted you on this topic? And it's difficult to explain my motivation. Maybe it is the complexity involved in merging science and law. I'm surrounded by people from science, be it my wife, my elder brother, my father, filled with people with science in the family. Maybe it is the fact that when I started my practice, I found very few good books on patent law, very few practitioners who understood the subject in depth. There could be any number of factors, but ultimately that subject has always beckoned to me instinctively. So therefore, when COVID hit, and frankly, there is no bright side to COVID, but the way I see it is, it gave me the time to sit and collect my thoughts. And I started doing this collection of my thoughts and research in 2 parts. The first was to just collect all the materials, make my small notes, to keep the momentum going and not, be put behind by the Herculean task involved in writing a book. I completed the first side of the project, which is collecting all the cases and the materials on the subject. And I had it published in 2021 so that I know I've done something. Then I constantly worked on that and kept improving on my comments and opinions on the subject. Then in 2023, I would say January 2023 is when I started giving it the full push. And then lo and behold, earlier in the year, Justice Singh's book comes, a commentary on patent law. And in all fairness, before Justice Singh, I must admit, there was this brief 1-week period. Skanda is aware of it. He's helped me a lot with the book. That brief 1-week period, I was telling Skanda, nahi yaar, ab to ma'am ki aa gayi hai, matlab, it's not worth having my book on record. But I remembered saying that my father used to say from my childhood. It's in Tamil, but I'll narrate it. மெய்வருத்தம் பாரார் பசினோக்கார் கண்துஞ்சார் எவ்வவர் தீமையும் மேற்கொள்ளார் செவ்வி அருமையும் பாரார் கருமமே கண்ணாயினார். So it's an explanation of what you have to do as your karma. If something is your karma, it doesn't matter whether somebody has stopped you, doesn't matter if you're hungry, doesn't matter if you're sleepy, doesn't matter if somebody is ensuring or distracting you through glaring noise, whatever it may be. If you pick something, if you started something, it is your duty to complete it. So after that brief 1 week period where I kept thinking, I then decided that I should still go ahead and complete the work. And in all fairness, Justice Singh's book was an inspiration, and Justice Singh in her practice has been an inspiration as well. Special thanks to Mr. C.S. Vaidyanathan. He had taken the time, despite his busy schedule, in the summer this year, he had taken the time to review all my chapters and provide me very insightful comments on how to restructure it or reword a few sections. It becomes more clear. My special thanks to Justice Vishwanathan and Justice Verma. The second I approached them that please oblige me with a foreword, without a second's thought, they said yes, despite their busy schedules. And Justice Manmohan, I still remember you as chief. And the same year, Justice Manmohan entered the bench, I entered the profession. So in many ways, my profession has grown alongside the growth of Justice Manmohan, and I'm very, very grateful that I'm having him here as Judge Supreme Court of India, and I'm more than happy that this was supposed to happen last week. It is happening this week, and I'm extremely happy that I postponed it by a week. And if somebody asked me what I felt today, the launch of my commentary, the strongest feeling I have is being grateful. I'm grateful for the life I've had so far. I've had wonderful parents. I'm grateful for the family, my wife Narayani and my daughter Dharma. I must say the person happiest that I finished the book was my daughter, because every weekend I'm taking her to horse riding and I'm still having my laptop. So she complained to me last time, you better watch me ride the horse rather than working on your laptop. So she was the happiest, and I'm very, very grateful for their support, because if they did not cooperate, I could never completed this task. And most critical of all, I think I am very, very grateful for the bench and the bar of this Honorable High Court. I am a migrant to the city. I am a first generation lawyer. Never once, and I say so very strongly, never once have I felt a stranger or an outsider to this court. Every member of the bar, every member of the bench has been a phenomenal support in my growth as a lawyer, whatever I've grown so far. And the bench and the bar have always received me with welcome and wide open arms, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And every person in this group, directly or indirectly, has contributed to this book one way or the other. So I treat everybody here as a co-author of this book, and I'm grateful for this. Without saying further, I think I will move on. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Mr. Ramanujan. Now may I request Mr. Ramanujan to present copies of the commentary to our guest of honor for the formal book release.